Hi, this is Oliver, the innovator. This idea is called micro speed invitation. On freeways, let's say it's the M2 in Sydney or even the M4, but let's say it's the M2 in Sydney. There's two lanes. Basically, the idea is invite people to travel at a certain speed down to 1 kilometer per hour or 5 kilometer per hour increments. So it's very, very small increments of suggestion. Basically, you only need about 5% of people during peak hour to be that would accept going at that certain speed for basically everybody else to go at that speed. So if there's 10,000 cars on the M2 westbound, so it's going out of the city, and they were suggested, okay, so it starts to congest up, and then that problem of the concertina effect, where people are over braking, they're kind of braking heavily, and then they're letting a long time lag before they start to accelerate, and then they try and do the catch-up thing, and then they brake again, and then a long time. You know that problem? I call it the concertina effect. That's probably a more accurate word for it in the telematics industry and traffic flow efficiency industry. This idea, I cannot see why it cannot be done within 3 months on the M2. Basically, people are watching, so it's 2 lanes of freeway traffic, and it congests up in the mornings and the afternoons, like predictably. So just as it starts to congest up, either visually on like little LED displays or through the radio, whatever, just communicate to the car, to each of the drivers, okay, for this next 5 minutes, go at 42 kilometers an hour. And then in about 5 kilometers time, or the next 5 minutes, they go, okay, now go 46 kilometers an hour. And then 5 minutes after that, okay, now go 32 kilometers an hour. So that's an invitation. It's not a law. You don't use sticks, you use information. You tell people, there's so many traffic on the road, there's no point trying to go faster, and just go this speed and everyone gets through quicker. I don't know if you can see that, but that's the idea. I can't see why this idea cannot be applied within 3 months. How much would it cost to put up these LED lights, which are being suggested from the central control place, suggestion place, from the RTA? Okay, they're watching all the traffic flowing through the freeway. Okay, and they're going, okay, looks like it's probably about 42 kilometers an hour. Okay, then you tell everyone, okay, please go 42 kilometers an hour. And then you only need 5% of the people to comply, and then basically because everyone else can't get past because it's so chock-a-block. And then you suggest, okay, a little bit faster, and then they only try and go a little bit faster rather than trying to they do the tailgating thing, and then they go too fast and they have to brake harder, and then that just causes that problem again. But if they just go, a little bit faster, and then, once it starts to free up as they get past that big tunnel at the end there, coming at Pennant Hills, okay, go back up to 90 and then go up to 100 when it's appropriate. So my suspicion is that that if it's not being implemented within 3 months, that the idea is to go through some really heavy-duty telematics, and that everything's got to be super accurate, and we've got to talk to all of the people, and we're going to ask them all permission or have a law or something. It doesn't need to be that complicated. Just finding 1,000 users on an afternoon or in the morning that would be willing to follow those, suggestions of that speed, that would be enough to increase the traffic flow per hour by 5%, 10%, and that would be so worth it. And then from there you get more complicated. You look for more people opting in and doing it. Just start with something simple, like just maybe a radio frequency that only a few people get with a very certain type of device they've already got personally. Like it could be even a mobile phone SMS thing that verbalizes, or something simple on the iPhone. It doesn't have to be a sign, but it could be a sign. Like that's the simplest, because everyone can see like a sign flashing a certain kilometers per hour. So if you'd like me to work with you on this or other ideas that I present here on this channel, then please give me a call. Oliver the Innovator. Thank you so much.